Welcome, fire signs. Thank you very much for joining me. Always appreciate you spending time. Hope you've had a lovely week, and I've meditated and shuffled, and your cards await you. Firstly, let me apologise for my stuffy nose, and if I cough, I know it's gross, but you know, the allergies I think have left me, and a lovely cold has settled in. I think that's just the changing weather. Transition of seasons, all that. Anyway, let's get started. So obviously a general read, so take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest. Also, this isn't really date specific, so I trust if or when you pick it up, if the title attracts you, is when you're meant to receive the message. So with all that being said, let's get started, my lovelies. Right, so we've got the Knight of Swords in your departing energy, right? I pulled a clarifier on this because I just wanted to, and in actual fact I pulled a clarifier on a couple of them. This is haste. This is someone making very quick decisions, maybe too quickly. It's acting too quickly. It's also a card of, I feel in this read, being held back. You know, maybe you've got frustrating circumstances around you. Maybe things aren't turning out the way you want it. But it is hasty decision making. As you can see, he's hot-footing it to that motorbike. So it's either making a decision too quickly or it's running away from something. That's the sense I'm getting from it. The clarifier on this card is the Moon, which I wasn't surprised to see. In fact, the Moon is a card of secrets. It's a card of, you know, it's illusions, hidden truths. It's a card of actually saying face your fears. If you can see this, this person here is standing in water, and water signifies, you know, the subconscious mind, you know, so maybe you need to tap into your subconscious mind, or you have turned, or there's something subconsciously that you're not dealing with, and it's surfacing and manifesting in all sorts of ways, which is causing you to make hasty decisions, to run from maybe a circumstance that is frustrating you. You know, the Moon is also a card of linear thinking, and there's no such thing as linear. You know, everything is an up and down, an ebb and flow, a peak and trough. So if you've got a really rigid mindset, try expanding that. Try engaging your peripheral vision to see things maybe from a different perspective. You know, it will help you see clearer. But yeah, this is hidden truths. So I'm, because of the other cards of the read, I think that this is you perhaps not being honest with yourself. And therein comes the subconscious parts, you know, awaken that, expand your peripheral vision, and maybe just give yourself a brutal talking to. You know, just be honest with yourself, warts and all. You know, we're not perfect, and we're not all, you know, things aren't all lovely butterflies and bunny rabbits all the time. So yeah, so that's the departing energy. So the energy you're going to be in, the present energy, is the Five of Pentacles. Now this is a card of being left out in the cold. You're feeling ostracized. You're worrying about security, about your future. You've got a lot going on here. It's quite an angsty read. If you look at the person in the card, they've got their head buried in their lap. And what I was saying with the Moon is, you know, engage your peripheral vision. Take your head out of your lap. You know, you're hiding from stuff, or or things are hiding, or your subconscious, you're putting or you're repressing your thoughts and your ambitions, perhaps. If you look closely, there's a key here. All you have to do is look out. Take that blindfold. Take your head out of your lap. Put that key in, because you know there are more opportunities ahead than you think there are. So I don't think at the moment you're seeing very clearly. I think you're going through a period of great confusion. So yeah, that's what the Five of Pentacles is saying. in clarification of that came the Hermit. Now, you know, as we all know, people who watch or are into tarot, this is a card of inner reflection. It's of contemplation and of soul searching. You know, bringing the moon again with that subconsciousness, with that water element there. You need to go within and really tap into your inner guide. You know, it's time to take time out from whatever you've been experiencing, and obviously it feels a bit shadowy. You're not feeling your greatest. This is what the reading's telling me. I'm sorry, I don't like giving readings like this, but I have to give it how it is. So yeah, you're definitely in need of taking time away, you know, away from the hubbub, away from the melee, away from the chaos. You need time for you, and you need perhaps to pamper yourself. But when I say pamper yourself, I mean it. Do it in an alone fashion. You know, you need you time. Perhaps do some meditation and some grounding work, because I don't think you're seeing things clearly at the moment. And I think if you go within, it may clarify things. You know, certainly that peripheral vision, that you need to open up your perspective and not be so linear in the way of thinking, is what the cards are saying. Before I go to the outcome energy, I'm going to go to the underlying energy, because it actually wraps up what I've just said. It's the Eight of Swords, the underlying energy of the read. And the Eight of Swords it's feeling stuck. You know, it's time to open your eyes and reveal the truth, is what this is saying. You know, let spirit help you. You know, the Hermit, go within, find your inner guide, let spirit help you. You know, let the spirit take that blindfold off. You know, ask for assistance. And mark my words, if you go inside and you ask for assistance, they will help. They're there to help. You know, say it out loud. But yeah, there's a card of feeling it. It's time to let go of the old story, is what this is saying. You know, I think, or I sense rather, that you've been finding it really hard to move on. But I think if you do your work, it's going to improve things greatly. I've just put that card down, and underneath this card you've got the sun, right? Okay, and I can't help but not see the sun, because look at it. I mean, look at the colours on that. Do your work. I mean, there's so much more out there. Go within, do your work, be brutal, accept yourself, love yourself for who you are. We're not perfect, and we do make mistakes. So, you know, take that blindfold off and you can achieve that. There's nothing you can't have. Right, so that was the underlying. Now, your potential upcoming energy, and I've left this for last because I was so glad to see it, is the Fool. It's the Zero card. It's new beginnings, it's awakening, it's optimism, it's new choices. Those new choices are going to demand a leap of faith, because obviously this angstness, is that a word? this anxiety that you've been sitting in it probably will be holding you back. So you're going to have to seek, when you go within, when you have your hermit period, that's if you choose to take that. If you go within and have your solitude, you're going to have to seek some courage, because the next step forward demands a leap of faith. This person here is falling backwards, and you know they're relinquishing all power and trusting in the divine. You've got the seed of life here at the bottom. It's where all knowledge is held. This is, being the 0-0 card, it's a very naive card. It's a card of learning. It's a card of making a new future, and that future can be anything you want to be. So delve deep. you know, absolutely delve deep. This is also, it could also signify impulsive choices, and I'm going to highlight that because you've got the Knight of Swords here, and that also, that's the Knight of Swords is in this read is signifying maybe perhaps you acted too quickly. So to avoid the same, when you get to your full moment, you do your work, go within, ground yourself and meditate. It will help you. I promise it will. But yeah, new beginnings, and that's exactly what you want after all this that you've been going through or will be going through. But you must, you know, the light is there. Head towards the light and let it ignite your hopes, because without our hopes and dreams, what is there? You know, come on, fire signs, go for it. You know, you've got the Fool, you had the Sun behind the Eight of Swords. You know, good things are on the way. So believe, is what I'm saying, is what the cards are asking me to tell you. Although it seems a bit gloomy at the moment, things will improve. Wow. Excuse my sniffing again. I've pre-shuffled these, but I'm going to give another one for good measure. I'm going to pull you a Shaman Oracle to see what the Shamans would like you to take into next week with you. This is for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm sorry if you've been having a bad time, guys. But that's life, isn't it? And there are, you know, the light is there. It's there, but you've got to do the work. And you've got to be really brutal with yourself. Yeah, I keep going back to this moon and the subconscious, and I'm wondering, maybe it's something that you know, whatever you're going through, maybe you're looking at the wrong places, because the moon is hidden stuff. It's stuff that needs to be brought to the surface in order to gain clarity. That Hermit is there to say, if you go within, that clarity can be achieved. So, you know, really don't worry. I'm sending a hug, big hug. I know if you've been feeling bad. Right, let's see what the Shaman Oracle has for you to take into next. That's half the deck there. God, it's reluctant, isn't it? It's obviously got a really important one that it wants to come out for you. That wanted to, no. Right, okay, that's me just being cat-handed. Right, I feel that it's coming close though. The hummingbird. How beautiful, in front of the moon. You know, the hummingbird, you know, it's one of those animals you have to really, really look closely to see. They're so small and wispy and fragile and stunning. But you know, this hummingbird is above the flowers. It's got the light behind its back. It's got its elixir here waiting for it. All you have to do is go within and find your beauty, because you know it's there. It's absolutely there. That's a really stunning card. It's a 26, and obviously with numbers you reduce it till you get a singular number, which reduces to an 8. So whatever is going on here is nearing the end, which is really, really good news. And go inside and find that beauty that you know you have. You've got more options than you think you do. You know, those hummingbirds are one of those magical animals. They're ethereal, aren't they? They're almost, if you blink, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it because they're so small and dainty. Really stunning. And that's maybe perhaps also how you're feeling at the moment. A little bit fragile. But the light's there, warming your back, so fear not. Let's see what the Animal Oracle has for you. Wow, the oracles are really reluctant, aren't they, in this read? That's okay, it'll be worth it, whatever comes out, so do bear with. There you go. Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Dig deep, guys, you know it's there. You know, just go forward with your heart. Dig deep, go forward with your heart. And you know, look at the wolf. That's a determined animal. It's a canny animal as well. Come on, you've got it. You've got the mental capacity to get through this. And whatever this you learn when you go inside, you know, turn it into wisdom. I say it all the time. No experience is ever wasted, as hard as it is when we're going through it. Well, my loves, I am going to leave it there. Thank you very much again for spending time, and I'm going to be here same time, same place next week. And if you did enjoy, please like, share and subscribe. It means the world. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and be kind to yourself and each other. Doodle pip.